Welcome to the Adobe Crisis Management Report by Jose Gonzales. Today we're going to talk about an incident that occurred where cable management was overlooked, causing lights to flicker and giving guests seizures. How does Adobe recover from this? Let's find out. Today on March 23rd, 2023, Adobe held an event to show off the Adobe Firefly AI generator that was released only days before. As people lined up to get to their seats, a technical issue occurred, causing a strobe-like effect to go over the entire stadium, causing multiple guests to break out into seizures. One of those guests fell and hit his head and required hospitalization. Later, it was found out that the employee that was in charge of the cable management was drunk and overlooked a major issue in the cables, with one of them being cut and tangled. After further discussions with this employee, it turns out that he has been suicidal and facing alcoholism for the past 5 years, trying to hold off and fix his mental health, but had a breakdown days before and could not get it under control. Adobe has reached out to the victims and offered to pay all medical bills associated with this incident. They have also talked to the employee and offered him a place in a rehab center and an opportunity to overcome depression and alcoholism with a chance on getting his job back. Adobe is aware of how important mental health is in this new time and era, and are willing to take the necessary steps to help save an employee that they consider family. Gloria Chen and Phil Palin have been chosen to be the spokespeople to address this incident. Gloria Chen is the Chief People Officer and Executive Vice President of Employee Relations. She volunteered for this after learning about the employees' battle with depression and alcoholism. Her goal is to let the employees of Adobe know that mental health is an important issue and that leadership at Adobe truly cares about the well-being of its employees. Phil Palin was chosen because he was at the event ready to speak when the incident occurred. Phil is a trusted partner with Adobe and an influencer that has a large social media following. His goal is to share the steps that Adobe has taken to repair their reputation from this incident. He will interview Gloria on his YouTube channel to give her an opportunity to speak on mental health and having a healthy work-life balance, and how not taking care of yourself can hurt others. The target audience for this message will be aimed at the young professionals that use Adobe products for their businesses. Leadership at Adobe knows that this was an avoidable mistake that should not have happened and caused a lot of damage to their reputation as audio and video professionals. Adobe chose to focus its response on the employees' mental health because of how prevalent it is in the younger generation. They are here to spread the message that Adobe cares and is willing to help and share its resources. The message to the public will be delivered by Phil Palin. He'll be using his social media platforms to talk about the incident, give the details of what happened, and also explain how Adobe plans to make the situation right. He's then to focus on the facts of mental health and talk about the employee that caused the accident and the steps Adobe is taking to help him recover and to start a new life. In the message to the company, Gloria was able to take the embarrassing mistake and turn it into a heartfelt statement that Adobe cares about its employees and wants to extend a helping hand to those in need. She felt that the message coming from an executive level will show the importance that Adobe has surrounding the subject of mental health. By taking full ownership of the mistake and making sure that anyone injured at the event is taken care of, and making a promise to the public that this will never happen again, they could start building the trust back into their brand. The tools that Adobe will use to send the message out will be to send an email to all current Adobe subscribers with a written version of the message to the public. Phil Palin will use his social media platforms to describe what happened and share the response that Adobe has taken to correct the situation. He will also interview Gloria Chen on his YouTube channel and talk about the importance of mental health. At the next live event, there will be a public apology before the event starts. And lastly, Adobe will send an internal message through the company's intranet site. In conclusion, Adobe getting in front of the incident and taking full ownership of the accident allowed them to control the narrative. The Adobe VP of Employee Relations taking the time to address the concern internally and share the core values of creating a healthy work environment showed the staff that the corporate leaders care about the mental stability of every position. Also, getting Phil Palin to address the public helped the online reputation and again shared all the steps Adobe takes to repair the damage and shed light on mental health. Adobe was able to use this bad press and turn it into a teaching moment for itself and its consumer base.